Hey everyone, welcome back to the YouTube channel of OCD Recovery, where today I'm going to talk all about staring OCD, how hyper-awareness plays into that, fear of embarrassment, rejection, self and or other rejection is all intertwined into that cauldron of different things and different elements that can affect this belief system. Before I go any further, please subscribe, hit that like button down below. Please don't forget to comment. I try to go through as many as, I'm sure if you guys follow the channel, I try to answer as many comments as I can. I think it's very important for me engaging with the community. I can't engage all day long, but it is important to try to give people at least one answer to show them, and I take requests. Hey, that's where I got this from. Can you please cover this? Staring OCD is something that's covered, quite a bit on calls, but we don't make that much content about it. So I did want to make a more focused video on this topic. But again, that is Phil at OCDrecovery.com. Please reach out. Don't sit in silence. As I always say, we work all over the world, every culture, every background, and we can help you. So let's start with just the standard. If there's for term's sake, I'm going to use a little bit more terms in this, but the terms don't matter. All that matters is the fear, the belief system underneath it. Are you doing compulsions and avoidance and self-reassurance, and the uncertainty in between? But let's say you just have hyper-awareness of your eyes and or other people's eyes. Not so much blinking OCD, but the awareness of the eyes. So you're staring at someone, you really feel the whole eye complex on your head, and then you notice their eyes themselves, right? And you're just staring at them and, oh my God, are they staring at me? Did I see them? That belief is, if I notice this awareness of my fears or my eyes for the rest of my life is ruined. It interrupts me. It brings me out of the present moment. I can't concentrate. I have a high-powered job. I have to talk to people. How many psychologists and psychiatrists do I coach? Lots. At any given time, I would say I have at least a couple dozen active psychologists, counselors, masters, PhDs, and psychiatrists that work with people all day with OCD who I coach. I spoke to one yesterday. It's just what it is. It's hard to recover on your own unless you've really been there and come out the other side. There's no shame in that. Well, there is shame if you have a belief about it. But anyway, so awareness of the eye complex itself. Oh my God, again, if I notice this, I'm just so distracted. And then what you're trying to do is you're trying to refocus. 5 things you could see. Look at their shirt, look at the buttons, etc. All that grounding techniques is a huge problem that people do. Now, that's one element of it. The second element is the fear of rejection, social anxiety involved. So, now, if you're someone that's not looking people in the eyes at all ever, there was a trainer at one of the CrossFit gyms I go to. He's a great guy, but he would always speak like this. He had one of the worst I've ever seen. He literally would not look you in the eyes. He would do circles around you. It was hard for me, and I have good belief systems about this. I'm like, oh my God, imagine what other people are thinking. So if that's you, you will need to try and make more eye contact forcefully, but you don't want to put rules or guidelines on how much you should be staring. This is where people go wrong, and where 99.9% of people will not understand. Well, Nick, should I be staring or should I not be staring? That's not the problem. If you're like this individual I just said, you're not staring at all, this is the rational statement. Hey, I'm going to try to make more eye contact, but the reality is, I look away at times. I'll be talking to someone and start looking over here for a second and have to kind of track back. That's the uncertainty. Again, if you put rules on, I must stare at them in the eyes and I can't leave their eyes, you're going to be in big, big trouble, because that's not how acceptance works. You're going to have to get comfortable with the unknown elements of, am I looking too much? Am I looking too little? Which means you have to leave that rumination there. But the underlying fear for a lot of people with the social anxiety is, oh my gosh, what if I look them in the eyes and I look silly? What if we're making direct eye contact and I say something dumb? What if I lose control and shout something inappropriate? What if I say a curse word? What if I say something racist? Oh my gosh. What if I have bad breath? I don't want to get too close to them. I don't want to look them in the eyes. There's a million different elements, but it's the fear of a lot of them. If I could kind of simplify it, what if I look stupid or sound stupid? This is terrible. What if they're looking at me and they're judging me as we're having a conversation? I can't stand that. This is so terrible. And then still the awareness of the situation, right? Until the fear of actually having this whole entire element play out, this whole situation as a whole, you're going to go into every single situation where you're looking at someone in the eyes in a hyper-awareness response. So that's going to be there. If you're one of these people, which probably you are, you're watching this video, and you have this fear, whether it's just the hyper-awareness of the eyes, if there's a combination with that with social anxiety, if it's strictly social anxiety with rejection, Every single conversation you have is going to be triggering for the time being, more than likely. So you are going to have to break down that, yes, as I build these skills, as I don't need any direct rules on the correct amount of staring or not staring, I'm going to have to get comfortable with the unknown of, am I looking too much? Am I looking too little? Oh my God, what did they say about me? As your mind is shooting that around in your head, the automatic intrusive thoughts and the automatic intrusive urge to solve that, which is never covered correctly 99% of the time. You almost never hear people talk about the urge to solve. Like, sure, you have the thoughts of you're a loser. Oh my God, what'd you say? This and that. But the urge itself, the urge to solve, is something that really, and I mean really, urge to solve. Daisy, she wants to be in here. Get in here, you brat. So the urge to solve has to be left there without you going down the rabbit hole. Without you going down the rabbit hole and needing answers to that. So again, let's go over some of the core fears one more time. Hyperawareness of the eye complex itself. Oh my gosh, what if I can't concentrate? I'm so aware of their eyes and my eyes. This is terrible. I'll never be able to enjoy the moment ever again. Catastrophic black and white. Oh my gosh, what if I say something stupid? What if I look stupid? What if I smell funny? What if I'm getting made fun of? I can't stand it. I reject myself. What if they reject me? Etc. But the third, and this is the most important piece, I'll say it again and again and again. Because people ask me, like, here's an example. Should I be biting my nails or not? You gotta stop putting rules. The rational belief is, hey, biting your nails might not be the best habit. Let me try to be a little bit more balanced with that. That leaves open-mindedness and room for forgiveness if you bite your nails and you just can pull it away. Oh my God, that was a compulsion. That's going to keep me stuck. And that fuels the fear of fear. So if you put any rules on the correct amount of time you should be staring or not staring, this is just going to fuel it over and over. Right, Daisy? You like to stare. You stare at strangers all the time when they walk by and bark your ass off. And I have to deal with that. So, but no, in all seriousness, you don't want to have any rules on this. This is what everyone does. What's the correct amount of ways to do X, Y, Z? And the problem with most YouTubers, whether they're well-intentioned doctors, psychologists, psychiatrists, spiritual leaders, coaches, most people are not giving you the open-ended response with belief systems of uncertainty. They're telling you what to do and what not to do, and that is the problem. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. Phil@OCDrecovery.com. If you are straight up avoiding conversations at all, you are going to have to expose yourself and go and speak to people and just allow your eyes to track while trying to make a little bit more eye contact and feeling all that discomfort. Phil@OCDrecovery.com. Hope to hear from you soon. And as always, enjoy the rest of your day.